hook, I always deliver. Only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again. We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish. Topwater terror, bait cast a bandit. Deep sea demon, the fish can't stand it. Know that I'm coming, saltwater chumming. Largemouth legend, show up and catch him. There's only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again. Oh, I'm about to get him right here. Gonna take that thing. It's that money fish. We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish. Money fish.
So the idea for the Pro-Am really came about halfway through last year when it seemed like a really great idea. We were just running out of time on. We wanted to do it for the Chesapeake Bay event that we title sponsored last year. Just didn't have time to do it, but I think the idea behind it to get us kind of back to our roots for a lot of us with the freshwater bass fishing side of things versus what we do on the salt side was really the driving force behind wanting to do this, and just to get to spend time with our pro staff. I mean, they're the best in the world at what they do, and why not take advantage of a day on the water with them?
All right, here it is, the Hook Money Fish Throwdown Showdown Pro-Am, the biggest tournament in the history of history, really. And the deal is we have, of course, our Hook professional anglers and the Money Fish team. They have to choose who they can fish with today. Our anglers will be choosing, of course, and we thought about doing very many different things. We thought about Angler of the Year points, all sorts of stuff, but we thought, you guys are the best of the best. We are going to give you an opportunity to win this. We are going to get a hook hat. The first pick is the closest to the hook hat.
I really never fished with any of the hook guys, but most of them saltwater fishermen, especially Drew. That's the main thing, is you want to make sure you don't get Drew. You don't want to be stuck with him.
Oh man, might have to go with Werner. He's a big guy. He's gonna be able, if we get stuck on some stuff, he's gonna be able, basically pick up the boat and put it where we need to go. So you can't argue that, and hope he can help me lift up a 10-pounder, so put her in a live well.
I'm gonna go with Big Werner. I'm gonna go with Werner because I figure if nothing else, if we lose, we'll muscle our way to the trophy. I mean, that's a pretty good strategy. If you catch more than us, we're just gonna whoop.
Last pick, I don't know, it might be that Drew guy. He catches a lot of live bait fish, but he's a saltwater guy. He kind of scares me, so yeah. Might want to stay away from Drew.
I need to stay away from Hart. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't bring him 2 Snickers, one Diet Dude. If him and I get crossed up in that little old live well right there for that food, it's gonna be on. And I mean, I know Hart's a big dude, but he ain't never fought a skinny guy over a Snickers bar. And I'm telling you, it's gonna get ugly if I get hard.
I can go with Ben. He's kind of tough. I'm hoping we can wrestle a gator or something out there.
I think I'm going with Werner. He's big, he's tall. I can stand on his shoulders in case we got to go sight fishing. I'm about $150, so I feel like he can at least lift me up with one hand, give a little extra height.
I do not want to get Drew. I'm a little worried about him out there. Fishing wise, he does a lot of that electric reel stuff for catching these big giant swordfish, but he doesn't know that much about going like this. I think he pushes like that to reel them in and not enough of this.
Last pick, Drew Herma. Why? Because it's gonna mess with his mind. He can't handle it. He can't handle being last kid picked. So we all agreed to pick Drew last, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Are you guys ready?
So today, my partner was Ben Werner. You know, I won the challenge and got to be able to pick first. The one thing about Ben is he's always so serious. So that's who I wanted in my boat, somebody really competitive, because I kind of am too.
My fishing partner today was Jason Hart. I mean, hey, and when they said there was no rules in this tournament, I knew Hart was my man. He was my man.
I need to stay away from Hart.
My teammate was Doc. What's his real name? I picked Doc just for the fact that we kind of hung out last night, and I just thought it'd be kind of cool to go fishing with him.
So I feel good about my pick. Really, I'm just glad that Drew got picked last.
My teammate was Mr. Drew Herma because I was last. That's the honest truth. But I would have picked him. You might want to stay away from Drew.
All right, get to your boats, get rigged, and we're gonna send you out in a few minutes. These are a scary crew of people.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
Fish on! Come on, get together. Hey! Good job.
Yeah, right.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
Man, being picked last hurt. That is like a dagger in the back. Listen, I think I'm pretty competitive, and I'm out there to win no matter what.
You are the bottom of the barrel. I mean, you didn't even get picked. I mean, he never even
I picked him.
So you did.
I just picked him. We knew ahead of time. I picked him.
You're forced to date him, just like the fishing.
This is rigged.
This was we already got this
arranged marriage.
Anglers, we are moments away from takeoff.
I had the megaphone, the power. I mean, that wasn't just any megaphone. That was the Megaphone 3000.
Enough of your talk, enough of your back chat.
I mean, we could have cheaped out and gone for the 1000, the 2000. The 3000 comes with a siren. And people, I mean, when I had that megaphone in my hand, people just looked at me different.
Boat number 1, 7-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. They're up. It's a violation. It's official. Everyone is disqualified but Kevin Van Dam. This tournament has been decided.
You know, this is a lake that I'd never seen before. So the first thing I did is make a hot lap to see what it had to offer.
Not really sure what Van Dam's trying to do. Here he ran down there, ran all the way up there, ran all the way back down there. You can't catch fish driving a boat.
The game plan was hopefully going to go find a bank where we could get to a bank and find some shallow spawners, you know, maybe some fish up that we could see cruising or whatever, but it was just a weird lake. You know, the lily pads came out so far you really couldn't get to the bank anywhere, so it was hard to, you know, get to an inside edge. So we just kind of fished around and fished some clumps and some hard areas where we thought some bass might be hanging out, and they were there.
Our style of fishing today was a mix of a couple things. We threw artificial stuff, we also threw shiners as well. Doc threw shiners a good part of the day until we ran out of them, and then he started chucking some lures around.
And we were prepared. We went out there with the plan. I had a harpoon on board. We put shiners. Listen, I am all about catching critters. I don't care how you do it, just catch the critters.
Early on, we were just trying to put something in the boat, and you know, all of a sudden we hooked up on something, and I was like, what the heck is this? I thought it was a bass, and all of a sudden it was this big old mudfish. And you know, it'd been pretty cool to hook, you know, actually bring it up to the boat. It got off, caught up in some weeds into the, you know, trolling motor, but you know, it was pretty decent sized mudfish.
So I fished 3 or 4 spots pretty quick and didn't get any bites. I finally got a bite off an isolated pad clump just on a swim jig. I dropped it there, and I felt like that fish was spawning on those clumps. So there's not a lot of hard bottom in this lake. It's really soft in most areas. In the roots of those lily pads, the bass will pull up and spawn. So that kind of clued me into that. So I really focused on trying to find other isolated shallow pads.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
We torture our lights so you can rely on them in the real world. Ridgid Industries has created the world's toughest LED lights, now available for your boat. Start seeing the difference. Ridgid Industries. The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
Everybody else, we were paying attention to GPS, but all of a sudden he just whips out his cell phone, and starts looking at charts on Google Maps and find these little pockets off the side of the lake.
Yeah! Check that out. Right in the top of the mouth. That fish was all the way in the back.
How many do you have in the box?
Right off the bat, we start fishing. We've been on the water for maybe 5 minutes, and Mercer comes up.
How's it going, guys?
He hops on the boat and goes, "Hey, let me cast a rod around." And I go, "Well, I guess there's no rules."
And then all of a sudden, Mercer's chunking this chatterbait, and wham! This 6-pounder just comes from out of nowhere. It's all about charity. It's about giving back. I mean, if you see a little duck and it's drowning, I mean, anybody would pick it up and hold it and pet it and revive it. And that's what I did to that team. Don't you screw this up, I'll push you in the water. Oh, the dream team! Boom, shakalaka! I mean, every once in a while, I mean, it's charity. It's all about charity. It's about giving back to the kids. And these kids need a little charity. I mean, it's my favorite team right now. This is who I'm cheering for.
So we went out there, with the mentality, we're gonna go get them, and that's exactly what we did. We were out there and got us a nice gar. Listen, that's a trophy fish in my book. A gar, look at it, it's bad, it's prehistoric. We had another one come up, spit the hook, Pipkin threw the harpoon at him. I mean, we were making it happen. We were catching bluegills, lost a giant bass. I mean, we were getting after it.
I've been with the Hook guys from the ground floor before it even was a brand, just an idea. And in 2 years since the launch, it's amazing the growth.
We're still considered in the infant stage, and everywhere I go, there's a piece of clothing. Man, this is like King Kong. I mean, this brand started growing fast, and it hasn't slowed down.
And I have never seen a brand take off that fast and gain such a giant market share in an industry like that. Never before have I ever seen that.
That tells me that we're doing something right, and that we're building the products that the people want.
We all fish. Everybody wants the best product out there, and that's what we're going to bring to the table.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
Well, I'll be honest with you, taking Hart fishing is about like carrying your brother's kids fishing. What he don't tear up, he eats. So how do y'all think it went? You see them reels? You can have the smoothest in the world. I love old Hart. He'd kill a turkey, but that reel worked him over. He caught 4 pounds of lily pads and a stick. And me. And the cameraman. He put his heart into it.
Gerald, being the comedian that he is, did not disappoint. It was a lot of entertainment. We had a lot of interesting conversations on the boat today.
I think his thumbs are sore from maybe from tender and he can't feel the reel or something. He's in left swiping, so when he throws it just I'm like, hey, easy. So there we go. That's my partner today.
You know, Gerald's getting to whining, and he's really putting the sob story on heavy.
So Gerald was, I got to be honest, he was ready to be done. He was ready to give up fishing.
And you would have thought that somebody took G-Man's lunch money. He was down in the dumps. He'd been kicked in the growing from the backside, and it was just a terrible atmosphere for him.
Great hopes. After about 3 hours, I'm like, hey, check please. I'm done with this place.
KVD hooked up with got a decent bass. That was the first actual bass we saw the entire day, so it gave us a little bit of motivation to keep fishing. And then Gerald hooked up with a great fish.
Big one. Oh, giant. Oh.
Holy. Dude, look at that pig right there.
Oh! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My God, man. Who's your daddy now, son? Oh!
You know, there was a moment where we were all a team. It was like the hook team, I mean. But as soon as I landed that fish, Van Dam went into this mode. I mean, we wasn't no more of a team.
You know, one of them I caught right in front of Gerald, and it kind of tipped him off. I think he was down in the Dauber. He hadn't caught anything all day long. And he saw me catch that one, and he perked right up, and immediately he catches an 8-pounder right next to us. I mean, you want to talk about dagger. You know, we were feeling really good about ourselves. When he did that, that was tough.
It was awesome. It was great seeing our team, and we're cheering, rooting. And what a fish. I mean, it's incredible to see an 8-pounder come out like that. And, you know, a man can catch them, and he proved it.
He got the fish, and you couldn't shut the dude up. For the rest of the time, we were out there another hour and a half, and he never shut up. I was listening to him from 40 to 50, 60 yards away, and he never shut up. I didn't even know he was there before the bite. But after the bite, I knew he was there.
All right, you sucked. You really sucked. You did horrible. That team down there was pretty strong, but the strongest team is right here. But it was total blind luck. I mean, we have all decided. I mean, the tribal council has met, and dude, you gave up on life.
We had confidence all day long. We just put on an act like.
Okay, let's pan back to the interview I did with them on the boat and see just how confident they were.
I said the lake still sucks. We've missed like 6 or 7 flipping the grass. I can't get one to eat it.
Listen.
I'm tired.
We won.
You know what?
Let
Ever since you won that tournament, you became.
So one of the things that sets us apart as a brand is our closeness to pro staff. We prefer to call them friends. I mean, we're very fortunate to spend time with these guys, and today was very special for us. We got to spend time on the water. To be able to do that means a lot for our team. We're going to do it for real, and we need to understand what products anglers need on the water. We're going to understand what our pro staff needs on the water, and we're going to understand it ourselves in terms of what we need to produce to make our brand the best.